I'm sitting on the most crazy, stretched out scooter ornament you could ever imagine, and that's because I'm at Hun Lek, which roughly translates at home for steel dummies or robots. And this place is mental. Basically, the whole trend of having, you see these steel robots, these superheroes at venues, at malls, at exhibitions, at fun things. These ornaments that people bring in and out for shows and things are put in front of coffee shops. The trend started here, and about 20 years ago they started making them out of bits of scrap metal right here, and they've built a lot of them, and since then they've built a museum next door to their workshop, and it's just full of crazy steel ornaments, all sorts of things. Like this scooter here, there's a Mercedes 300 SL next to me, if you can see it in the picture. Every superhero you could imagine, like the whole of the Star Wars cast seems to be popping out around every corner. There's the Incredible Hulk, and there's other things, there's like Steve Jobs, and they're all instantly recognizable. They've been done really well. They're all made out of bits of scrap metal, mostly bits of old cars, bits of suspension, bits of engine, but they're really recognizable and they're really cool. And some of the transformers, the robots, they're huge things. They tower up into the sky like 10-12 meters high. There's just absolutely everything here. It's a really cool place. It's really crazy. It's in Ang Thong district, about 130 kilometers out of Bangkok. It's right next to Highway 32, Route 32, which you use when you go up north from Bangkok up to Chiang Mai or Phitsanulok or Dak, somewhere like that. So you go straight past it, 50 baht to get in. It's really fun, it's really cool, and it's well worth me stopping here today for an hour on my way home for sure. It's not every day you see a Ferrari 250 GTO in Thailand, and with these cars costing up to 75 million US dollars and the massive import duties we have in Thailand, we're not likely to see one in the near future. So this is pretty much as close as it's going to get. The difference is this 250 GT, although it's recognizable, the dimensions of the form are instantly there. It's entirely made up of bits of scrap metal welded together, but it's recognizable. It's pretty cool to see a shape like this out in Ang Thong, and it's going to be as close as we get to a 250 GTO in Thailand for sure. Never mind the 250 GTO, here's another instantly recognizable supercar brand, Bugatti, and this is another car you're not going to see in Thailand. In fact, this is the first time I've ever seen the shape of one of these here. But again, this is made out of pieces of metal welded together, but the shape is there, it's been painted in the colors, and if you've got a coffee shop or a venue or something like that, it's a pretty cool ornament to have out the front, and it's as close as you're going to get to seeing a Bugatti in this country in the near future. There's no mistaking this shape, the Mercedes AMG GT. It stands out a mile, but I've never seen one made out of bits of scrap metal before. I've never sat in a Mercedes 300 SL in my life, but it's one of the all-time classic cars, so maybe that was overdue. It also has a reputation for dynamics and handling and power. I'm not going to feel that today, but this is as close in my life so far as I've got to sat in a 300 SL. It's not just about the cars. There's classic Mercedes, the 250 GTO, the Bugatti, all those things. It's also a lot of motorbikes here that have been made out of steel, and they kind of really look the part. They feel like a Mad Max bike. They feel like they're a really customized Harley or something like that. You could imagine a big biker, beard, leathers, chains, cruising into town on this, exhaust burbling away. And these bikes, they do really have the feel of something that's heavily customized, and they quite look the part. I'm sitting in front of the biggest steel robot installation type thing you could ever imagine seeing in your life. It's made up of the back of Toyota sedans. There's 3 VW Beetle shells in there. There's a bit of a Hino, there's a tractor. It's not just about big, massive, in-your-face stuff. There's also medium, small and tiny size stuff as well. This little mini motor would make a great ornament, and it's really small, but it looks really cool, really cute. And the attention to detail, like everything else in here, is absolutely bang on. I'm not sure what the hell this is meant to be. It's like a toilet on a tricycle, but for me it's probably the funniest thing in here. It's really cool. Someone obviously had a pretty crazy night when they came up with the idea of doing this.